Dear candidates, I welcome you all on behalf of the Staff Selection Commission and wish you very best for your skill examination. I am here to dictate you a passage of 1000 words at speed of 100 words per minute. But before that, you will be given two trial passages of 1 minute each at interval of 20 seconds to get you acquainted with my voice. After completion of two trial passages, your actual passage will automatically start after 30 seconds without any further intimation or warning. These two trial passages need not be typed in your actual transcription. You can also cross them to avoid any sorts of confusion. 10 seconds to start. It is not correct to say that Pepsi Cola has no experience in food processing. About 60% of the Pepsi Cola's turnover is in food processing. Yesterday, most of the members said it is only a soft drink company. 60% of their total turnover is in the food processing venture. I think the concentrate of the orange is one of their big expertise. The Agro Center will function in close collaboration with the Indian Council of Agricultural Research and Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. The Agro Research Center will supplement the activities of the ICAR, and the Punjab Agriculture University will also supplement its activities. It is because the linkages between town and country are so crucial to growth that many state governments have established bodies like the District Planning Board or the District Planning and Development Council to identify and strengthen these linkages. The tragedy is that in the name of coordination, district planning board have been established outside the framework of democratically elected local bodies and generally placed under the charge of a minister appointed by the state government. Thus, the most crucial planning functions and much of the effective decision making power, as also the allocation of the bulk of finances, has been vested in bodies which are outside the democratic framework of local government. Employment is a serious problem among young people. There are thousands of people who do not have any work to do and cannot find work for themselves.
Unemployment refers to the situation where a person wants to work but cannot find employment in the labor market. One of the major reasons that contribute to unemployment is the large population of India and the limited availability of resources. Unemployment is measured by the unemployment rate defined as the number of people actively looking for a job as a percentage of the labor force. The unemployment rate for the year 2013-14 in rural India was 4.7%, whereas it was 5.5% for urban India. In the short term, unemployment significantly reduces a person's income, and in the long term, it reduces their ability to save for retirement and other goals. Unemployment is a loss of valuable productive resources to the economy. The impact of job loss in rural and regional areas flows through the local community, damaging businesses. An unemployed person is one who is an active member of the labor force and is seeking work but is unable to find any work for himself. There are multiple reasons behind the unemployment of a person. I have been surprised to read some comments on the speech delivered at the recent conference of education ministers. I inaugurated the conference. I did not speak on any resolution, nor indeed did I see any resolution. I have not yet seen the precise resolution passed by the conference, though I have heard about it. I laid great stress in my speech on the necessity of a considerable number of our people knowing foreign languages and more especially English. This was in relation to our development programs and our second and subsequent 5-year plans. I pointed out that it would not be possible for us to go ahead with these plans unless there was a high standard of technical and scientific education, and that this standard could not be obtained at this stage without a full knowledge of at least one foreign language. As a matter of fact, scientists in any country today have to acquire knowledge of several languages in order to keep abreast of scientific literature. I did not say a word against Hindi. Indeed, I said something in favor of it. I took it for granted that Hindi was going to function more and more as a language in our education and administration, except in certain parts of India where regional languages would be principally used. Nor did I say anything about the medium of instruction. About this, I have no doubt that it will have to be either Hindi or other regional languages. My positive stress was on a foreign language being learnt adequately. In the circumstances in India, this foreign language would inevitably be English, though I hope that other languages such as French, German, etc. would also be learnt. English today is by far the most widespread and important world language, and probably two-thirds of the scientific and technical books in the world are published in English. I find that most people have no idea of what industrialization implies. We discussed the financial aspect of it and vaguely think of factories and the like growing up. But the most vital part of industrialization is the training of manpower. We want a vast number of scientists, technologists, and engineers of various kinds. We also want to create a background in which these people grow. This problem of trained manpower is our major problem that we have to solve. I rise to give my wholehearted support to this measure, which I consider to be of immense importance and a landmark in the history of industrialization in the country. This bill aims at setting up a permanent machinery for according protection to those industries of our country which stand in need of it. This country, which is so very rich in all its resources, was at one time of its history at the pinnacle of glory, not in the production of raw materials but in the manufacture of finished goods. But the continuous foreign rule for centuries ruined all its industries, with the result that the country has been brought down from that height of industrial glory. For centuries, our production, though it was more or less of the cottage industry type, commanded markets throughout the world. We know that steps were taken by our foreign rulers to discourage our home industries and to raise the protective tariff walls in their own country to make it industrially sound. We know how our weavers were tyrannized. It is a matter of history and needs no repetition here. Therefore, this country, which has been under the heel of the foreigners for centuries, has now to begin its life afresh and to rejuvenate and renovate its ruined industries. I therefore regard this measure, which is the first constructive attempt on the part of the government to bring industry on a sound footing, as a great landmark in the history of industrialization. For years, this country and the government, which was at the helm of its affairs, believed in unrestricted foreign trade. It was only during World War I that the then government thought for the first time that some steps must be taken in this country towards industrialization. An industrial commission was appointed in 1916. It apparently had nothing to do with the tariff policy, but for the first time it concentrated attention on the sphere and domains of the development of industries in the country. Times were changing. There was a feeling of political consciousness amongst the masses. With the August Declaration of 1970, there was a cry for the grant of fiscal autonomy, and for the first time we saw fiscal autonomy in the convention. In 1923, the first fiscal commission was appointed, and subsequently the government appointed ad hoc tariff boards.